Hello and welcome to Mustang Magazine. I'm Dan Gruber.
And I'm Isabel Hagland. Mustang Magazine is a show produced by advanced broadcast journalism students from Norwood High School.
This month's show is being taped live in the NHS-TV studio, so hopefully we make it through without too many mistakes. Let's get started.
It's May, so that means it's prom season for the high schools in Massachusetts. Freshman reporters Julia Abruzzi and Annie Sisk introduce us to one organization that is making sure all students have an opportunity to attend.
And they're doing it with a lot of style.
Maricel Rappo has been giving the glam for nearly 5 years now. Her nonprofit organization's goal? Making sure all students have an opportunity to attend their prom.
I think the kids that I help go through so much, not only the financially part of it, but some of them go through so much at home.
And Rappo says she knows what it feels like because she immigrated to the United States from Brazil, where she grew up very poor.
I know the side of when you don't have it. I always had like a second-hand clothes, and I was very happy in that time because that was very helpful, because if it was not those second-hand clothes, I would never be able to own anything.
Rappo now has a successful career in the fashion industry. So when she decided it was time to give back, she used her expertise to help keep disadvantaged teenagers from being priced out of attending their own prom.
I know prom is so big in the United States, and I want to do everything brand new for the kids cannot afford it to go to prom. That is the reason why I create Give the Glam the way it is. I provide everything. We brand new dresses, it's non-donated.
Rappo's fashion organization gets their prom dresses from famous designers such as Sherry Hill and Giovanni. But the dresses aren't the only items Giving the Glam focuses on.
I provide the shoe, I provide the jewelry, I provide the hair and the makeup, and the limo.
For the first couple of years, Rappo says she started small and funded everything from her own pocket. But by 2016, it grew so large she needed help.
When you put everything on the book between hair, makeup, jewelry, limo, and everything, and average so much of almost $1,000 girl.
As Giving the Glam continued to grow, volunteers were added. Rappo's daughter, Alexis, says she's proud of her mom and enjoys working and making new friends.
I have like a numerous amount of girls that I still talk with like every day because of this. And like yesterday, I just went to 3 girls through this program I made friends with, and yesterday I went to their play at the high school.
Rappo says the process of choosing clients can be challenging and often starts in the communities that have the most need.
Then what I do, because it breaks my heart to choose the kids, through the school we meet the counselor, because the counselor will know who the kids who will benefit the best for our program.
After an applicant is chosen, Rappo says she relies on her daughter and the younger volunteers to help make the process go as smoothly as possible.
A lot of the girls come in very guarded, so you have to, because they don't really know what to expect, so you kind of have to find different ways to get them to come out of their shells. But all the girls in the end are honestly super amazing.
Senior Yorsalam Brahin says she didn't know what to expect when she first entered the program.
I didn't know that they're going to find the right dress for me, so I didn't know how it's going to play out. At first, I was hesitating for applying because I thought that they would not find it for me. But so it makes me feel like makes me feel beautiful, actually, yeah.
And for Rappo and her daughter, they say that's all the motivation they need to keep this project going.
They have so much challenge, and that for me is great to finish the chapter in a happy note, and give them rewarding to them.
So it's really rewarding because getting to see all the girls, like their confidence gradually boost through the process just shows how like simply just picking out a dress for them can really help them.
Rappo and her daughter say Giving the Glam will help nearly 200 kids have a quality prom experience this year, and they're looking for ways to help even more in the years to come. Reporting for Mustang Magazine, I'm Annie Sisk.
Thanks, girls. If you'd like to contact Giving the Glam, you can find them on the web at www.givingtheglam.org.
Sticking with the prom theme, recently there was a group of local seniors who had a prom of their own. Junior staff reporter Sophia Saratori was there in all the action and turned in this story.
So today we're at the Senior Citizen Prom at the Senior Center. It's like a prom for the citizens, and it's just like a fun way to get them out. It's like a throwback to Norwood. We're doing old music, we have old yearbooks, just kind of a fun time to get them together, dancing, stuff like that. I helped planning, I did a lot of the setup, I helped with a lot of the prom king and queen type of thing, so when we found out there was going to be a lot of seniors, we're like, how fun would it be to do a prom king and queen?
It was wonderful. I came here with my girlfriend, and she was very excited because it was her first prom she's ever gone. Talking with everybody, dancing, just enjoying everybody. I would like to say thank you for all the Norwood High School students who helped out. Just wonderful, wonderful job. Very enjoyable.
Be sure to look out for more Service Saturdays in the future.
Recently, we caught up with the student council representatives to find out more about the new Service Saturdays program. Jenny Carroll reports.
Student council has created a volunteering opportunity for students.
I don't get the opportunity to volunteer a lot, so I think it's really cool that the school provides these opportunities just a lot, and Saturdays just work for me.
This program is called Service Saturdays, and it is offered to all students at Norwood High School, making it easily accessible.
I get the opportunity to help someone else, and I get the opportunity to help someone who is in need.
I just think Service Saturdays are a great opportunity to just connect with the community and really just help people who are in need.
Junior Janice August participated in the February Service Saturday at the Norwood Food Pantry.
I just helped residents in Norwood who weren't able to just buy food all the time, help them pick up their food. I also made Valentine's Day cards for them.
Ms. Curtin, the student council advisor, says their goal is to branch together the school and the town.
Is not only to give students a chance to get community service hours, but I really want student council and the school to be better represented in the town. I think it's important for the Norwood community and local communities in general just to see that there are young people at the school who want to help the community.
If you're interested in participating in the next Service Saturday, check your email or stop by room 329 to talk to Ms. Curtin or any member of student council. Reporting for Mustang Magazine, I'm Jenny Carroll.
Be sure and check out the Service Saturday calendar to see if you can volunteer some of your time. Okay, now let's get back to the high school for this next story.
Last month, NHS held its first ever career fair, and it was attended well by students from every grade level. Freshman reporters Hope Ford and Samantha Reen take us to the action.
Career counselor Mari John Newell says she does a lot more than help students find employment after high school.
I hate to kind of put it in terms of just like finding a job. I think it's about discovering a passion more than it is any one particular career, because I believe that students are going to have multiple career pathways when they leave Norwood High School.
And John Newell says it's her job to prepare students to make those choices. So recently she planned and organized a career fair.
A career fair, which was also a resource fair that had universities and technical programs, they had employers there, they had the trades there, they had internship opportunities there, so it was a number of resources that were available for students at all grade levels.
Some students like freshman Danny DeBlasi and senior Amanda Olbrey spent their time exploring different booths at the fair.
I was interested in a lot of stuff the Army was talking about. The carpenter stuff was pretty cool.
I like the hair, the Tony and Guy, because if I do not go where I want to go, I will be doing that as my backup plan.
Other students use the opportunity to interact and network with potential employers.
So this fair will benefit me just by giving me opportunities and resources as a senior in high school to just be able to talk to employers and everything.
They told me what they're looking for in employees, and that helped a lot because I know what to expect going into an interview.
John Newell says she hopes activities like the career fair will help students understand the importance of having a plan after high school.
I think that it's important to remember that we are preparing students for their future after they leave here, so that was more of a reflection of what things will look like once you leave Norwood High School and the kinds of environments.
Ms. McDonald, the head of guidance, attended the fair, and she says she likes seeing students explore different interests and pathways.
I think what we're trying to bring in to students is that there are so many different options that you can do after you graduate, and a good time to do that is to start now getting those summer jobs and kind of getting exposed to different things that you might want to do.
And after receiving a lot of positive feedback, John Newell says she was overwhelmed by the participation and is already looking forward to her next career fair.
Our plan to try to have one next year in the fall as well as in the spring, so that students have more of an opportunity to think about what makes sense for them in terms of next steps with their future.
Be on the lookout for future career fairs, or if you'd like to speak to Ms. John Newell in person, you can always make an appointment to stop by during a study period. Reporting from Mustang Magazine, I'm Sam Reen.
Thanks, girls. Hopefully there are more career fairs in the future.
Next up, we meet a senior who's been using a school internship program to get a head start on his career. Junior staff reporter Julie Salvaggio brings us the story.
Senior Brett Lampron is a part of a school-to-work program through his independent study class at NHS.
I'm an intern for like lawnmower and snowblower repair. So I come in every day and I learn how to like fix machines like tractors, lawnmowers, and snowblowers.
The internship helps students like Lampron explore different career paths.
This is pretty much what I want to do after high school. I've always wanted to get into a trade because I always knew like college wouldn't really be my thing. I just kind of thought like getting into a trade like would be like the best fit for me.
At B&G Power Equipment, Brett is able to learn the skills necessary for a career in small engine repair.
I work on the basic stuff like changing the spark plugs, like I'm changing the blades and sharpening them. And I always put air in the tires, like on every machine that comes in the shop.
Now that Brett has gained some experience, he says his boss lets him take more responsibility.
He's actually like had me do things on my own. Like it's not too often that I do it, but like if he's working on something else and there's something like he knows like I can do, then he'll put me there.
Brett's internship starts at 11:30, which allows him to leave school early.
All right, see you later.
His goal is to learn how to fix multiple parts of different machines.
My favorite part is probably like doing like anything like with like blade work, like sharpening blades, putting them back on.
And in the winter, it's all about snowblowers.
During like snowblower season, I same thing, like engine work I still need work on, but like I usually like adjust the cables. That's probably like my best thing I do. And also like adjusting like the handles.
Once the machines are working, Brett gets to test them out.
I get to drive them if they're working. We also put like tags on them. If there's like a yellow tag on it, that means it's done.
With the nicer weather here to stay, he knows lawnmowers will be coming in.
When customers drop them off, like usually with like lawnmowers and snowblowers, like they'll drop it off or we'll pick it up. But pretty much most of the time, like we usually pick up tractors and bring it here.
Lampron is putting together his future piece by piece. With graduation soon, he'll have more time on his hands to fix machines. Reporting for Mustang Magazine, I'm Julie Salvaggio.
Thanks, Julie, and good luck to Brett in his career as a mechanic. Like him, many NHS students have begun to prepare for life after high school, and for many of them, that means meeting the requirements to get into a good college.
Until recently, a student's class ranking was a part of that formula, but now that policy has changed here at NHS. I recently sat down with the guidance director to find out why and got the reactions from some students. The numerical class ranking system was recently eliminated at NHS, and students will no longer be ranked relative to their GPA. Head of Guidance Kristen McDonald says Norwood is just catching up to the other schools in Massachusetts.
All the other schools around us were going that way for some really important reasons, and that was to really promote collaboration over competition.
McDonald says the class rank was hurting more students than helping, especially in the college application process.
So you could have, a really, really accomplished class of students that is, where a 3.0 for one grade might mean, that they're 100th in the class, but a 3.0 for the next grade might mean that they're 120th for the class. So I'd say 90% of the college admissions counselors I asked, they said it was a detriment to a lot of students in the process.
But some students, like Junior Lily Pryor, say they liked things the way they were.
You have no idea where you stand, and I think there's a motivation to where you stand. I think people are way too sensitive. I think it's just a number, and if you're not comfortable with the number, then you need to work on yourself.
Junior Angela Shara says she thinks the change is an overall positive.
I feel as if students are no longer obsessing over this number that doesn't really define them as an individual, and they can just focus on bettering themselves by looking at their GPA.
Donald and Shara both agree that getting rid of class ranking made the school environment less toxic.
It takes the pressure off a little. There's good competition, there's healthy competition.
No one knows where they stand in the class, so now people can actually collaborate and work together because the purpose of school is that we all come together to receive the same education.
The guidance department says there are no plans to bring back class rank, but they are encouraging students to come by and speak with them about their plans for life after high school. Reporting for Mustang Magazine, I'm Isabel Haglund. Special thanks to my partner, Jenny Carroll, for helping me shoot and edit that story.
In this next segment, we catch up with Vice Principal Sydney Durain now that she's nearly completed her first year in the position.
Junior staff reporters Connor Sheehan and Will Levesque sat down with the VP to see how she's handled the transition.
With most of the school year past, new Vice Principal Sydney Durain says she's begun to settle into her new role.
Really like what I'm doing, and I like working with a ton of different kids and a ton of different teachers every day.
Durain was formerly the foreign language department head. This past summer, she was promoted to an administrative role.
So I had applied to be principal and was a finalist for that position with Dr. Galligan, and the superintendent was happy to be able to offer something to both of us. So when he asked me to be the assistant principal, I thought it was a great opportunity.
Durain's work qualities help make her job and others around her easier, according to her superiors.
Has a passion for kids. She has a passion for teaching. She has a passion for doing what's right for kids, improving instruction, improving the pathway for kids, and helping kids. She has excellent communication skills. And when you meet Ms. Durain, it's obvious that she is listening to you, going to try to help you to grow and improve. And I think that's something that has characterized her her tenure here in Norwood.
I think it's being able to balance. Her quality is balance. It's being able to communicate well, being able to be approachable with students, being able to be relied upon by students and staff.
And the kids, she says, are the most important part of her job.
Love working with the kids. The kids are awesome. We have great kids here. I've made a lot more connections with different kinds of kids than I would being just department chair.
The team of new principal and vice principal look to make NHS a great place for now and for years to come.
We really want to make this the most positive and welcoming place as possible, first of all, so that every student here feels like this is a home for them. So how can we do that every single day?
Letting kids know that they are safe and supported, and working with kids to make them have successful days and successful experiences. I think that is probably our #1 goal.
The future is bright for NHS students, especially with the dedication new Vice Principal Sydney Durain has for NHS. Reporting for Mustang Magazine, I'm Connor Sheehan.
Thanks, guys, and good luck to Miss Durain. We hope to keep her in the Norwood family for years to come.
Right now, we have another story about an NHS staff member, but this time the story wasn't produced by an NHS-TV student.
Back in March, Carlsbad High School junior Jake Watts traveled to Norwood all the way from California as a part of a student exchange program. And while he was here, he bonded with our broadcasting teacher over the sport of surfing.
So here's a story Jake produced for the Carlsbad High School news show about our very own resident surfing teacher, Mr. Brunt.
I started surfing when I was a really young kid. You know, there's not a lot of great waves in Florida. They're pretty small, but being a little kid, and I lived sort of close to the beach, and the first time that I caught waves was just such a meaningful experience. After that, I just knew this is something that I'm going to do for the rest of my life. It was a big deal for me as a surfer to move from Florida, where I can be in a pair of trunks and I can live that beach lifestyle. It was a pretty big deal, for me to leave that.
And leave that he did when he moved to Hull, Massachusetts to pursue his career as a teacher in broadcast journalism. But the change in weather couldn't keep him out of the water.
Oh, gosh, so there's an extra level to surfing in Massachusetts during the cold months. I've thrown up in the water from being too cold. I've gotten ice cream headaches so bad that it gave me a migraine. I'm covered head to toe. I have a hood on, gloves. My gloves and boots are 7 millimeters. But the kind of wetsuits that I have to wear, the kind of gear that I have to wear just to get in the water is, it's a step above
Even though surfing in the cold frontier is tough, it provides a rare opportunity to surf good waves without a crowd.
The plus to that is that there's not a lot of dudes. Sometimes I surf perfect waves all by myself. And surfing in the snow is a pretty cool experience, especially for a guy from Florida. I have these sessions, the classic winter sessions, at least 3 or 4 times a year, where I gotta pinch myself, man. I'm like the only dude out. It's like blue water, the sun's out, nobody's in my way. I'll catch like 30 waves in like an hour. And the only thing is that it's cold.
In spite of the harsh conditions, Jeb Brutt still finds a way to overcome them and continue his passion of surfing. He is one of the rare few that can call a snowy climate a home break. Reporting for NHS-TV with footage shot in Norwood, Massachusetts, I'm Jake Watts.
Thanks, Jake, and we hope you get some great waves this summer.
Well, that wraps up this edition of Mustang Magazine. For more stories like these, be sure to check us out online at www.mustang.media or hit us up on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. I'm Dan Gruber.
And I'm Isabel Haglund, signing off.
See you later.
To see you later is so awkward.
From where?
Yeah, from the beginning.
Thanks, Jake.
Okay. Thanks, Jake, and we hope you get some great waves this summer. I just couldn't talk. Thanks, Jake, and we hope you get some great waves this summer.
Well, that wraps up this edition of Mustang Magazine. For more stories like these, be sure to check us out online at www.mustang.media or hit us up on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. I'm Dan Gruber.
And I'm Isabel Haglund, signing off.
See you later.
Sorry, I really cut you up.
They said, okay. You sounded better, Stevie.
Thank you.
What did he
More
say?
like a man, less like a kindergarten.
Thank you.
Ouch. Thanks, Jake, and we hope you get some great waves this summer.
Well, that wraps up this edition of Mustang Magazine. For more stories like these, be sure to check us out online at www.mustang.media or hit us up on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. I'm Dan Gruber.
And I'm Isabel Haglund, signing off.
See you later.